finance. There's some traditional
I'm
things.
taking care of the children. I'm taking care of the house. That has nothing to do with finance.
So you don't believe that in today's world that you can maintain doing both?
I think that's unfair to the woman.
But you're already doing it.
Correct. But if I have a man in my life,
so that absolves you of everything.
And that is why women are single. Because it's like they rather do it by themselves, just like a man rather do it by himself. I know.
All right, man. I was listening to a clip, man, and I'll try to find it. I'll try to clip it up for y'all and try to find it or find something similar. So basically, this woman came on here. She was used and abused, right? I think she might have been the baby mama. What did Gucci say? He said, get what did Gucci man say? She said he wanted to be my baby mama. Get a baby Hummer, not off me, little mama. If you want to know the song, I probably butchered the lyrics. It was I'm a Stunt. It was on the Gucci Sosa album, I want to say it was, or the mixtape. But yeah, man, yeah, it'd be like, I mean, well, what I took from that shit was this. What I took from her in that situation is that, and what I take from a lot of women, they believe just because you become their boyfriend or you become their husband, that they ain't got to do nothing no more. When they get a man, they don't have to work. They don't have to, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to be fit. I got a man. I can rest on my laurels. I got a man. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to cook. I ain't got to clean. I ain't got to put gas in my car. I ain't got to go in my purse to get nothing. That's pretty much where they're at. That's where they're at with it. And that's the wrong thing to think about. I'm telling y'all, man, I say this all the time in a lot of my videos, man. Women, when you hear women talk about my kids, my money, my house, my car, and y'all supposed to be a union, y'all supposed to be one, y'all supposed to be, especially if they scream that traditional shit. This lady was screaming. Once they start saying stuff like, she not the woman for you. If you can't train her to say it's we, it's ours, we a team. That's what it is. When y'all come together, it's not, okay, I'm going to take you on as a burden and take the burden off of you so you can live a soft life so I can have a burden. That don't make sense. Just because you give me kids, you take the burden, I take the burden off of you where you don't have no worldly duties. You know what I'm saying? I take the burden off you. You don't have no worldly duties and I'm just supposed to carry the burden. And then when I carry the burden, you talking about I don't spend enough time for you. You go suck another nigga's dick. And now where I look at, no, y'all both are one. Y'all both are responsible for everything around here. And you see, money ain't the end all be all. You have the dudes with money, they go outside just like the dudes who anywhere else, without money or with money. They go out even sadder. And I'm gonna talk about that in another video. Money ain't the end all be all. You had the money, they still complain. Was it LeBron James' wife or somebody's wife was basically saying they didn't feel important, and I think it was LeBron's wife. And he opened up her juice bar. I mean, Steph Curry's wife felt the same way. And, it doesn't matter. You think I got the money and it only lasts for so long. You ever seen Casino? That needs to be studied, man. You ever seen the movie Casino? If she don't like you, you might as well move on. You can't buy her love. It's a placeholder. It's a paperweight, whatever. Yeah. That's all it is. But, in the reality, that's what if most women think like that, you just leave them in the streets. You use and abuse them. Because there's some woman out here who will like you enough. And she get on your program. If it's a good program, your program ain't good. She gonna like, hey, man, I think we should do this. I think we should do, and that's fine. We all need help. I'm a believer in hearing other people's opinion and trying to see it from their perspective. Even a woman, maybe she sees something that I can't see. Anybody's perspective. Okay, what you see from this? I kind of see what you're saying, but that's fine. That's fine. That is 100% fine. But it's y'all supposed to come as one, do it together. However y'all divide the duties up, do it together. But I do think the duty of protection, the duty of provision, You know, I do think a lot of the utilities around the house, as far as maintenance, grass, cars, you know what I'm saying? Unless, you know, your woman is a mechanic. I've seen a female, a couple of them I met, right? That should lie within the man's domain. You know, if y'all go out and let your chick is a Green Beret, or she nice with the hands, or, you know, she handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Some people gonna know what that meant, where that come from. If you want to know where it come from, Warren G's, it's like a little prelude to, Regulators. You know, there's anomalies for that. When y'all go out, your job is to protect. This is a non-negotiable. You know what I'm saying? Providing, you gotta provide. You know, don't a woman still gotta provide? Don't she gotta provide love? Don't she gotta provide femininity? Don't she gotta provide motherhood? If y'all children to have children, even without children, that's what attracts men to women. Why you think some men are attracted to baby mamas? Because they see the mothering is attractive. That's what attracts you to a woman. Her motherhood is her femininity in a lot of different ways. So, you know what I'm saying? So when you kind of get into it, y'all both should be providing. This is a different day and age. Y'all both should be raising the kids. Y'all both have an imprint on the shit, even though once, kids kind of get to that, teenage phase is really where the father need to be hands-on for both the man and the woman a little bit more, the boy and the girl. But y'all both should be providing. Y'all both should be, even if your money go to all the bills and her money go to investments and saving up, y'all both should be working. Especially when them kids are of its age. And if y'all gonna figure out the best thing for y'all to do is for you to work. Because think about it, if you working and let's say, Lord forbid, something happened to you, and now she got to go out there and get a job until you get on your feet, or, maybe something happened to you and she need to get a job for whatever. She ain't worked in 10 years. Who gonna hire her? Insurance money ain't gonna last with that long. So you always kind of want to keep your skills concurrent, whether she working for you, whether she, brushing up on certifications, picking up new skill sets, whether she working remote. You want those incomes coming in just in case. Whether your money go towards the bills, whether y'all split the bill, it ain't even about that. Y'all one union. Y'all one union. Remember that. Everybody's job should pour over to everybody else's job, not name the stuff that I said a man should be doing. Not name that. Utility, as far as utilities around the house fixing, y'all one. It ain't, my money go here. When you think like that as a man or a woman, don't get married. My children, don't get married. My money, don't get married. No, we throwing it in one pot. This is what we gonna say for this vacation fund. This going into our retirement fund. This going into the college fund. This is the recreational money we gonna have. This is what we gonna do. We gonna cook 5 times a week. I wouldn't mind no shit like that. I don't mind. Sometimes I prefer to cook. So I might say, shit, yeah, I cook Tuesday and Wednesdays, or I cook every day this week if you need me to. If you tired, I pick it up. If I'm tired, you pick it up. If we split it down the middle, what does it matter? It shouldn't matter. It should not matter, in my opinion. It should not matter. Whatever works for you, you shouldn't feel. The only time I would say, women, that you should feel your husband maybe is a less of a man if he can't protect you or you don't feel safe. That's the only time I would say you should be looking at dog a little bit funny. He don't know how to get a quote or get an estimate, or he can't find out how to, get a vehicle or finance a vehicle or things that you need to know. He can't go get those research. Sometimes women got to kick in and find a way to do that too. But, like I said before, it's not you take on a burden. If you a burden as a woman, that's why you don't have a ring or you can't get wife. But that's all I had to say. Hit the link in the description, join the Patreon, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Peace.